tonight, on Would I Lie to You, he's got an ology. It's David Baddiel. That deserves an apology. It's Maureen Lipman. And their team captain, David Mitchell. And facing them tonight, I don't believe it, it's Jimmy Carr. Now that's out of the way, here's Richard Wilson. And their team captain, Lee Mack. But first, imitate a gas leak and bring the house down for your host, Angus Deaton.
Good evening and welcome to Would I Lie to You, the show with more fibs than Pinocchio updating Jonathan Aitken's Wikipedia page. Of course, the most common place to lie is on a CV, and I should know, speaking as NBC's leading weatherman for the past 12 years. And people have a tendency to try and appear more intelligent by claiming to have read books they haven't read, or in the case of Jordan, to have written books they haven't read. So after much thought, consideration and a power planning meeting, it was decided we should start with round one, Home Truths. Our panellists take it in turns to read the card in front of them. This may contain a true fact or a load of nonsense that we've just made up on their behalf. The other side then sift through the evidence, deduce the real truth, and generally try and look like they know what they're doing. Maureen is the first to stick her head above the parapet, so Maureen, if you would.
OK.
Surprise us all.
Yes, I once worked as part of a circus double act, which was called Franco and Tutti.
Professionally?
Yep.
You got paid for it?
I did.
So what was the double act called again?
Franco and Tutti.
And you were?
Franco.
Can you describe the act?
Yep, I was the ringmaster and she pretended to be all numbers of animals.
All numbers of
All
animals?
numbers?
Well, like what?
Well, she pretended to be an elephant, she pretended to be a prancing horse.
Right.
Lee, this line, we're not trying to book the act, we're just trying to...
How old were you?
I was 14. She was 12.
It was child labour.
It was... Well, when I said professional, we did it on stage, somewhere up north, in the pantomime.
Whereabouts up north?
In Hull.
You so said that as I'm the expert on the north.
There was a place called Hull. This sounds like it might be true.
Yeah. We'd won this thing to go on the panto.
You won a competition to go to Hull?
No, no.
What was the second prize?
No,
So you weren't paid for it?
yes, we were.
You were paid
How
for
much
it?
Well, we were given food.
Were you given, like, buns when you were an elephant?
What was the name of the panto?
The panto was just your traditional Cinderella pantomime.
And how many
A
shows?
Royal
Not that traditional, because in the middle of it, a ringmaster came on, and a girl dressed as an elephant, and then a donkey. The old traditional pantomime of Cinderella.
In pantomime, Lee, they do mess around with the story a bit. They don't just...
Yeah, they do, but not in traditional pantomime, they don't.
Yes, in the story of Cinderella,
God, I used to
there's
run-
no bloke dressed as a woman. You know, in the fairy tale, pantomime itself is already screwing around with the story.
Are you
They're having
telling
a little bit of a circus bit. It's just a bit of fun. I saw a panto. They had a laser light show.
What do you think, Richard?
I think she's changed her story. She said she was being paid for it initially. It was professional.
But it was a
Yeah, but
professional
she might be
show.
telling the truth, but getting a bit confused.
Yeah.
It's true. It's Maureen Lipman.
So what do you think, team captain?
I'm saying it is a lie.
Maureen, gospel or garbage?
It is, in fact, a lie.
It is a lie. Yep, it's a lie. Maureen was not part of a circus double act called Franco and Tutti. A recent report cleared circuses of being cruel to animals, but found them guilty of cruelty to audiences. Many feel that there's no need to pay £20 to see people falling over each other, throwing knives and wearing ridiculous amounts of makeup when you can just visit Basildon on a Friday night. So, Jimmy, your turn to shock us all.
Oh, right, OK. Oh, there you go. I had an interview at MI5 to be a spy.
Where's MI5, Jimmy?
Where's MI5?
Yeah.
Well, it's on the South Bank now, but that building wasn't finished at the time. So it was a meeting in Millbank.
What, was it like a planning meeting to join MI5?
Like a planning... No, I wasn't going to be... I was going to build a new
The fact
headquarters.
the building wasn't finished.
You're thinking of setting up a big organisation of spies.
Well, you know...
Lots of guns and handcuffs and itching powder. We don't know how we're going to use that, but it's all fun. And we're building a huge, crazy building on the South Bank, which is actually MI6, but never mind.
Can I say I'm worried now that you know a bit much about it, and you really do seem like a spy, I think, because you're posh and a tiny bit gay, even though you're not.
Well, hang on, David. I'll stop you there. Posh and a little bit gay. What are you talking about, man?
This is like Spartacus. No, I'm posh and a little bit gay.
You're the least posh and a little bit gay of anyone in the world ever, Lee.
Fuck off, you pup. Yes, right.
Jimmy, how do you get approached? How did you get approached for this
I
interview?
got approached by an English tutor at Cambridge, and this guy, McKendrick, approached me and said, would you be interested?
Kendrick?
McKendrick.
McKendrick?
Or M for short.
I thought you meant it was John McCrick approached you.
He'd be a really bad spy. I'd say kill him when you get the chance!
The thing is, Jimmy, if I'm right about you, you were a virgin until you were about 27, as far as I remember.
26.
26.
And that was the last series of this show. Shall we not bring it up again?
Here's the thing. This was your opportunity to pull.
Jimmy, how much are we going to be paid for it?
I don't think...
Could have get paid in sticky buns, Maureen. A sticky bun for every kill.
Yeah.
Would you been sent abroad?
Well, don't you start. I'm having enough trouble with them. You're not even in this. What are you talking about?
Jimmy, your attitude under interrogation is just a bit churlish, which, as a spy, it really shouldn't be, you know.
The other interrogator starts asking questions and you go, are you in this?
Was this during the Cold War?
Yeah, I'm 50.
You might be. Your hair's dyed. So...
Fashion tips from the tramp.
Now, girls. Was there a practical side to the interview? Did you have to...
Yeah, I had to fuck a girl in a speedboat.
David Mitchell, what are you thinking as team captain?
I think it's not true.
Okay, I'm torn, but both of my teammates think it's not true.
You're tending towards...
We'll go with that. That's a lie.
OK, they're saying it's a lie. Jimmy, is that the truth?
It's a lie.
Can I just say, you've made that really hard for yourself. It says I once had an interview at MFI.
Yes, well deduced. It is a complete lie. Jimmy did not have an interview at MI5 to be a spy. But these days, to be a successful spy, you need dedication, nerves of steel, and the ability to spot a radioactive teapot in a sushi restaurant. And lastly, David Baddiel, your intriguing information.
I have snogged 2 of the Spice Girls.
I don't think you've snogged 2 girls.
Which 2, David? Which 2?
Scary Spice and Sporty Spice, Mel C and Mel B.
Well, that's a very... I put the Spice Girls in order, and no one starts with those 2.
Was it together at the same time?
Yes,
or
it was.
You snogged
It
them
was
both at the same time.
That's
Yeah.
clever.
I say I don't like the word snog. What I say is I went to bed with 2 of the Spice Girls. As it was, obviously, I just snogged them. But I like to leave
What,
that
did
open.
little David let you down? I think it's definitely true. No further questions.
It was a bit strange, actually, because, to be honest, I was only really interested in Melanie B, who I've been having... It was at the Four Seasons Hotel in Los Angeles, and I've been having a bit of a flirtation with her. Basically, I did end up with Melanie B in my room, and then Melanie C just kind of turned up. I don't know why at all. I presume if you want to be my lover, you've got to get with my friend. I don't know. Right? But she did just turn up. And then I was sort of snogging them, and then the phone rang, and it was security. And the security said, we've had a lot of complaints about noise in your room. We're sending someone up to chuck you out. So I chucked them out of my room.
What year was this?
1996.
And what were you doing in Los
96.
Angeles?
Were they not big in 96?
No, just it was early in 1996.
So what are you thinking about this one, team?
I think it sounds perfectly plausible. I think David Baddiel may well have got off with the Spice Girl.
Richard?
Or 2.